everybody. I'm Mike from TalkAlley. Thank you for tuning in, listeners and viewers, today for this 76th episode. Yes, today this episode will be joined by a man who connects independent films and festivals to the world. So how he does that and how will he tell us later? We will get to soon. And but before we introduce all to him, we hope that you are all having a wonderful weekend. So last week was the last week for the €9 ticket. So the €9 ticket, which allows you to travel nationwide for just €9 across the country. So, but the €9 tickets is now not there anymore, and the government has not yet has a successor for it. So we are still waiting, but hopefully it will be something, because it was a really nice time these 3 months that we had. The weather is nice today. It's gotten a bit cooler. Of course, we are going towards the fall season of this year. August, September now. September, the Burr months for the Filipinos. So they're all celebrating almost Christmas. Starting to celebrate Christmas now and put up their trees and everything and get a jingle song out. And for this, our guest is an Argentinian cinema film blogger with 12 years exposure to local and international film works and festivals. He's the owner and manager of AsianFilmFestivals.com, the only website dedicated exclusively to the promotion and marketing of Asian festivals. He's also a film submission advisor for filmmakers. Welcome to TalkAlley, Sebastian Nadilo. Hello, Sebastian.
Hello, Mike. How are you? Thank you for
hello.
me.
Thank you for being with us on this show today. So you're in Argentina. What time is it there right now?
Right now it's 8 a.m. So I wake up like 6 a.m. to be ready. To have everything ready. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, we are very, very glad, and listeners and viewers are also glad that you are here with us today. Before we begin, Sebastian, this episode is of course brought to you by Pure Organic Barley, which provides you with stamina and vigor to survive long hours of work and play. For more inquiries, please contact Miss Jess Esquillo. You may also contact her at jess@esquillo.de for more information.
I am Maritoni Fernandez, and we are in the middle of a barley field here in Swan Hill, Australia.
Well, we think we have the best barley in the world because of our clean irrigation water. Water comes from the Murray River, which is a freshwater river. All our drinking water comes from the Murray River too. So it's full of nutrients, and also the climate is perfect for growing winter cereals. Clean, green, certified organic.
Yeah, we're certified with NASA, which is one of the Australian certifications for organic. IAM Worldwide gets its barley grass powders from Herbal, which sources them from us at Nutrigreen, so you're guaranteed the best barley grass powders in the world.
I am truly proud to say that we are now the sole distributor in the Philippines for Nutrigreen barley.
Yes, amazing pure organic barley provides you with stamina and vigor to survive long hours of work and play. For inquiries, please contact Miss Jess Esquillo, jess@esquillo.de for more information. So, Sebastian, first of all, what do you do as a film submission advisor for filmmakers?
This is a project we start this year, and we received some contacts from filmmakers that want to send their movies abroad, and they don't know where to start or how to do it, and sometimes sending your film to film festivals, it's very hard because there is around probably 10,000 festivals around the world. So you have to know which one is better, which one is not good, or when to send your film, how to apply. So we do that for them. We program a submission plan, and So we started to do that with filmmakers, which is a work that it's very more like a psychology. I studied psychology. I have to do the thesis, so I know a little bit psychology. So when a director comes to us, they are very anxious about showing their film and where to show, and they just want, okay, I want to show it right now, but maybe it's a small festival. So we kind of do the therapy for them. We hold them their anxiousness. So
Okay, so those festivals are, as you said, all over, all around the globe. Yes. So how many people are working on this together?
Actually, the page is managed only by me. So and there's a lot of work. So I cover around. There are probably 200 big festivals in Asia, and of course there's other festivals around the world. And so we kind of manage, especially in Asia, like we focus on Asia, but we also know which festivals are good, like the ones accredited by big organizations, the ones that are Oscar qualifiers. So it's a big it's a big. There's a lot of work into those plans, into thinking, how we're going to plan the year. So
okay, Sebastian, how and why did you come up with Asian film festivals?
Actually, it's a sad but also very inspiring story. I think I started the website in 2016. And it was a period of my life I was depressed. So I think it was during a weekend at 4:30 a.m. I was dealing with my own emotions, and I wanted to get back at cinema. I am a person that I like to watch films in festivals, that I like go to cinema, and I was kind of leaving that. I was not doing that, so I said, okay, I want to start doing that. I want to start working with my website. I had a very, very small website that also talks about festivals, but it was like very erratic all around the world. It was not focused. So when I get back at work and I try to reinvent my website, I realized there's not a website specifically for Asian film festivals. Of course, there are websites that talk about Asian films. They do reviews. They do coverage of some festivals. But there wasn't a website that covered, all Asian film festivals, and that was not oriented towards filmmakers, because our website also lets them know, for example, where you can get finance help, where you can get pitch opportunities. So that kind of evolved into what Asian film festivals is right now. So it was a very good, a very inspiring project. And it's doing well in the Asian community. So I'm very, very proud.
Here we have a look at your website. This is Sebastian's website. Also, the link we posted or commented in our comments section is asianfilmfestivals.com. So we can see here already that it's by Sebastian Nadilo. On the left side, we see, I believe, the latest blog posts.
Yes, of course. Yes. Those are the latest. You will see there the latest blog posts, and because we have a very high produce of articles. You can go in different sections to find, for example, if you go into call for entries, you will see like a list of film festivals that are open right now. And we cover, like I said, we cover also film festivals from abroad. So you will see, for example, the Rotterdam, you would see festivals from Argentina. So it's a very big website.
Okay. So you also have sponsors. I see here on this side.
We are actually right now partnered with Film Freeway, which is the biggest film. They do connections between filmmakers and cinema and festivals. So it's easier. Before, people doesn't know, but before you have to, if you want to apply to a film festival, you have to send the DVD, the actually case with your film, and it takes weeks for them to get it to the site. I mean, you have to send the high quality DVD or Blu-ray. Right now, everything is digital, so you upload your film to their site, and you have in 1 click, 2 clicks, you send your movie. Let's say. So yeah, it's a very big website, and we are sponsored by them, so it's pretty good. And we actually have many more connections with film festivals, with a lot of film festivals, especially in the Philippines. We have 3 or 4. We are media partners for 3 or 4 university film festivals.
Okay, and how about the big ones? Because you also said there are some movies. Among them, they might be projected to be Academy Award winners, for example. How about the Cannes Film Festivals? Is there someone that you link to, or?
No. What actually we do, we kind of follow a festival. We follow. I follow around 500 film festivals. So I keep up with the news. I of course subscribe to the newsletter. So I know when a festival opens the call for entry, I had to let my contacts know, update the information. So that's kind of what we do. We do a very ethical work. We will not tell you, for example, if you hire me for plan your it's mission plan. One of the things I said is that you're not going to. I don't guarantee you that you will get into a film festival. I know how to apply to the best and how to do it, but you have to be careful with people saying, "No, if you hire me, you will get into Cannes or you can." So yeah. So we have a very close relationship with our clients when we do that.
Okay, thank you for the information. What was your biggest challenge in promoting independent films, or what was the biggest challenge for the Asian film festivals? Maybe the top 3 that the top of your head.
Well, actually, of the top, it's called I call them the big 3. Is actually the Busan International Film Festival, the Hong Kong, and the Tokyo. Those 3 are probably the best in Asia. So they're very, very well established, and they have a very big budget to do promotions. So the big challenge for me, especially with smaller film festivals or people that want to, have a screening, is actually to get, people to read about them, this film festival has this movie. So it's kind of, I tell people, okay, this event has these movies, and you should watch these movies. So it's more like a promotion that has to do with first of all, the information. Spreading the word, but also the information about the film festival, where it's going to be and everything. But also recommending films. I think that's something that people watch my blog.
Okay, so the biggest 3 you said is Tokyo, Hong Kong, and what was the first one?
The Busan Film Festival in
Korea.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Busan, I think we have to discuss that between the people that are programmers and work for festival. But I think that Busan is actually the best film festival in Asia.
Okay, well, I've never thought that somewhat is going to be there in Busan. Are you only focused on online promotions for the festivals, or have you ever organized an actual film festival yourself, like where you? I've
been around films and cinema for a while right now, and writing for about 14 years right now, I think. So I told you I have a very small website that only some people visit me. So with that website, I think it was called Film Focus. It was a very small blog, and I contacted some festivals here in Buenos Aires, and I said, "Oh, I want to go to your festival," and I get some accreditations, and there was one called BAIN, which is the Buenos Aires Indigenous Film Festival, And I went. It was a very small, like screenings and talks about indigenous people and the whole movement. And I went to the free day. It was a 3-day festival, and I went there. I went every day. I filmed. I took video from the talks, and went the festival. And I was invited actually to be part of the festival for the next year. So it was in 2013, maybe 2014. So I was a festival director. I was one of the festival's director of an indigenous film festival for 2 years. So I know actually, and that's why I know how festivals a little bit think when choosing films and how to do it, and the things that you should do and things that you shouldn't do as a filmmaker.
Okay.
So
for the listeners and viewers, we have also here in Weiterstadt a film festival. This is the open air film festival in Weiterstadt, and it was also a nice. It's in the forest, so people come there, and then they also bring tents with them because they're going to stay there for a few days, and it was a very nice experience also for the kids to see. They had some kind of workshop on how to do their own to express art, to produce something their own, and then to get to know some of the independent producers and directors. And of course some of the film showing in the evening on a very big open air screen. That was very nice. I believe there's also going to be one this year about, I don't know if it's already over or not, but I'll be happy to join there again. And maybe the Asian Film Festival will also maybe be coming here, so where we can visit.
Sure.
What do you think? Why do you think is this platform important? What do you shout out to the people say?
I think that what makes it stand out is that we have the information, all the important information well organized. Like you have a schedule about all the film festivals. You have a place for the call for entries, and you don't waste time. I feel especially with small independent film festival and young film festivals, they have a lot of information online, and sometimes it's really time consuming to go into all these platforms and choose, okay, if this festival is good, if this festival accepts short films or documentaries or these type of films. And I feel my website, it's very clear, and you have the information in one place. You don't have to click every time, and you don't have to go into every platforms to know the festival. I try to make complicated things simple, but at the same time, like keep the level of of what information should be highlighted.
Okay.
So,
since you mentioned the navigation, the call for entries, I have pulled it up here one more time for the listeners and viewers. Is also located here in navigation for call for entries. We can see here a well-structured and organized way of displaying the most important information for the visitors who are visiting the website. Here we have, for example, something that says, in the Philippines, Davao City, October 27 to 30, this next month even. So we can see here the entry fees. We have also here the 7th Tasvir South Asian Film Festival in Seattle. Interesting. Okay. I would really like to know what kind of films that they are going to present, or how they represent. This would be a very nice thing to witness, because for the Philippines, of course, they will probably show their culture and their indigenous people when there is a film showing this. Going to also show the next one here, the 20th Kathmandu International Mountain Film Festival. It's in December this year. Okay, in Nepal. Okay, Kathmandu. This must be a
you have for example, you have you know that Philippines has a lot of festivals that screen a lot of Filipino films. Actually, it's very, I would say it's a little bit hard for international festivals to get into film festivals because there's, which I think it's good. They are very protective of their own films and how when to show them. But for example, you have festivals that are focused in Asia, others ones that are focused in films that has to be about mountains and these kind of different things. So
Okay.
yeah.
So we have here, for example, this is the one for next year in Rotterdam, the National Film Festival in Rotterdam. Also very interesting. This is for example, nearby. Yeah, so it's a good chance to visit. Oh, one in Cebu, Philippines. There's no date announced. Cebu, this is where I was born. This is nice.
It should be on November. I think it's in November, but I still don't have the information. So yeah, I'm waiting. But that one is a very good. That one actually is a very. They showcase a lot of regional films because in the Philippines it's I don't know if it's a battle, but I think it's a struggle between Manila filmmakers and regional filmmakers, and sometimes regional filmmakers cannot get into like Manila film festivals. It's very hard for them because they want to show their ways of doing cinema.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, yeah. So they have different approaches. Besides the one call for entries navigation, is there something that you want to point out about?
Yes. There's a tab called Asian Film Industry.
Yeah.
That one. Also, this year we launched a database about where you can get funds, grants, incentives, pitching opportunities, and
that's good to know.
If you're a filmmaker looking for money or for pitching your idea, here's the place to start. Of course, this is only Asian focused. There's a lot more information from European festivals that do the same thing. But here you have all the information, in one place and
choose different. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What is this here? Movie. This is something that popped out in my eye. You cannot see it. It's behind the TalkAlley sign.
Yeah. I was given like a VIP access to movie. For 3 months, and I'm actually doing like a promotion of the film. This part is in Spanish because I don't know which film is showing, for example, in Asia or in Europe. So these are the movies. These are the Asian movies that are actually that you can play on movie Latin America, for example. So you have a long list of movies. And from the Philippines, for example, there's a lot of Lab Diaz films. There's like 10 Lab Diaz films that you can watch.
Okay. Yeah. It's like in Spain and also in Argentina. We also have the you call it telenovela, where it's more on drama things. Like the Filipinos, they love that, right? They have the Korean style, and then they have the Spanish, which you can also find in the Philippine TV. So the dramatic thing. Sebastian, is there a future for independent film without film festivals? What do you think?
That one is a very good question. Actually, I think it's a global thing. It's very hard for filmmakers, for small filmmakers, to find screen time. Actually, having someone to screen your movie, because of course, cinema houses or cinemas are looking for films that get revenue, like get a lot of people to watch and people to go to buy things when they're watching their film. So for them, they choose, of course, commercial films and film festivals. I think that it's a good way for them to find this screening time. Of course, you have to make a difference between more commercial festivals, that they are more commercial festivals, or festivals that show, for example, very well-known films from very well-known directors, and those that are more independent, that focus more on discovering, new talents. And so, for example, the Busan, actually this big festival in Asia, one of the things that are focused is in discovering new filmmakers. So, that they pay attention to this new films, and especially from Southeast Asia. So I think that sense, film festivals are helping independent produce films and filmmakers.
Yeah, it's good that let's say a new wind is coming. Yeah, we always have the big ones who are up there, and then there are new talents who want to like also be up there, and they should also have this opportunity to, or be given the chance to be up there. This among them. So on the lighter side, what's your top favorite 3 films?
My top, they have to be Asia, of course. I would say one, Parasite, because of the message. I really like the message.
Okay.
One is Parasite. The other one has to be. This one is not very well known. It's called Dolls by Takeshi Kitano, by the Japanese filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's a film that is not. It's not aligned with the kind of films he makes. Takeshi Kitano is well known for for Yakuza, violent, corrupt police films with everything. It's about violence. But here it's a very different film. It talks about love, and especially talks about bonding and how can he's a violent. The films are, and it's not a violent director. He's a violent. His movies talks about violence, and here I think that he talks about how love can be violent or more or less more like self-destructive. So it talks about three stories that are that links a little bit, but it talks about how love can be also violent, not. In the sense that he shows like a couple fighting or something like that, but how sometimes how it can affect us in a bad sense. So it's a very interesting film. Also.
Yeah, that's the way about the Japanese. They're always deep. There always has a deeper meaning.
It has few dialogue. It has a few dialogues. It's a little bit long, so but it's definitely like a very different film from this director.
Okay.
And finally, I have so many films after like 7 years of covering Asia. But actually, the other film, I think. I would say one from the Philippines. And wait, which one? You completely destroy me.
Yeah, I'm also not up to date, but isn't there? I think this is a series coming up. I've heard about Parasite. It won won Academy Awards. Was it?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think it won two or three Academy Awards.
Okay. Yes. About the one the Japanese, I was not aware. I have to look this up. As if you recommend this. And the third one, well, if it would be a movie, I would say Darna. This is like the, I believe it's a movie. But the Darna is that superhero woman who swallows a stone and then becomes to a superpower. So this is.
I know which one.
Yes.
For people that like sort of like fighting films and action films.
Okay.
The Raid. I think it's an Indonesian film.
Okay.
Raid is an old film. It's like from 2011. It's from Indonesia.
Okay, so it's a bit longer.
Very action-packed and very different. Very, very well filmed. So yeah, definitely. I think it was on Netflix, but they took it out. But I think you can find it on the web. Let's just say like that. So yeah, the raid. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look this one up as well. Yes, but personally, we used to go to, also my Maria and I, we used to go to Cinematech when we were still back in Iloilo City. Cinematech is in the center in the Philippines to watch various independent and world-class films. So for everybody's information, Cinematech Center, which is under the Film Development Council of the Philippines, headed by its current chairperson, Filipino actor, comedian, and singer Tirso Silvano Cruz III, is an alternative and accessible venue for exhibiting Filipino and world cinema. Yeah, so there's also a shout out to our friend. It's Daniela there. She's leading the Cinematech that is in Iloilo. So if you haven't been to one, there are Cinematech cinemas. They're all over the country. So they are like small cinemas. And at one time they had, from the school when I was still studying there, there was, I think, the European Union ambassador was there, and they were showing a German movie that was really funny. Yeah, this it cracked me up every time, because being in the Philippines for so long, and then you listen to a German movie, and it was a very funny movie. Even that was a really good time. So. Now they have officially begun the celebration of the second Philippine Film Industry Month, the PFIM, in an opening ceremony on September 2 at 6 p.m. At Cinema 6, Ayala Mall's Trinoma in Quezon City. So this event is open to the public on a first served basis, of course. If you want to register, you have to reserve seats. We will post these things in the comment section for the listeners and viewers. And this is Cinematech Philippines. How do you see yourself and your company in a few years, Sebastian?
Well, I think I want to establish myself. I would say more as an advisor, and actually, what I want to do for next year is prepare talks for festivals, especially oriented to young filmmakers, but not only about how you send your movie, but also, what things you should avoid as a filmmaker, and what things are good, and kind of give like a big panorama about the cinema circuit. So yeah, I think that's my challenge, is actually to establish to be this like a revenue source, so a better revenue source for myself. So yeah.
Okay, and then I saw you also already had a talk. We wanted to actually show this video, but we weren't able to grab that directly from the platform. We'll show here. This is news and updates. The episode's pilot. This is one of the first that you. This is a weekly update on news for the videos on your website, right? Can you?
Yeah. Actually, I want to establish for myself like this, talking to the camera, because there's a lot of people that know myself, of course they know the website, they know my name, but they don't know my face. And so yeah. So actually, it's a funny story. There was a Filipina filmmaker here in Argentina this year, early this year. Eileen, Eileen. Actually, it's going to kill me. Eileen Kabiling. She's a filmmaker who directed Basurero, a film, very interesting film that went all over the world, a short film. And she told me like, oh yes, I finally we meet. You're not CGI. You're somebody behind the website. So yeah, I want to establish myself in doing these talks, these live sessions, and kind of bring information, especially to young filmmakers. I
Okay.
want to do that.
And this is good. This is very informative for the listeners and viewers who can, if you want to watch this pilot episode of Sebastian, it's on his Facebook page. He was live at that time. That was around June 11. You can also see here, but we will post it also in the comment section for information about the different platforms where Asian Film Festival is. You can find, for example, Instagram, and for Facebook and Twitter, you go and just look up at Asian film festivals. So,
I want to
please.
a comment about what you said about the Cinematecas in the film. I think that's a very interesting program that the FTCP launched a few years ago. Of course, stopped because of COVID, but it's a very good opportunity to have like a cinema dedicated especially to Filipino films. And I want to recommend right now, there is the Gawat Alternativo, which is a festival. It's a festival that takes place during the Cinemalaya, which already took place. But you can see the Gawat Alternativo short films for free at gawatalternativo.com. So, go there, watch short films, support student short films. So it's very good. I will send you the link also.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we will be glad to post this in our comment section as well. Listeners and viewers, please support these talented people. So, what advice would you give to those who want to do what you currently do?
To filmmakers that want to send their movies, I think that the first thing they need to do is have patience. A lot of patience. Take care of. I would quote Allenberg, and who is a producer in the Philippines. Take care of your name. Like, don't do crazy stuff online. Like, be ethical. Because you have one name. And I think also I would say plan ahead and take care of the budget. And most important, take care of your film. If you do a short film, even if you are in high school or in college, you're already a filmmaker. So it's your film. Take care. Don't subscribe to. Don't fall into fake festivals, trying to get, yes, I want to get awards and I want to be famous. It takes time to kind of craft yourself in the way you do films. So, it's a process. Trust in the process. Feature films take a lot of time in making, in planning, in producing.
True.
Maybe you develop, a script, and in 10 years you have the film. So, trust the process, and especially that have a lot of patience. When be patient. When I actually talked to a Filipino, I had one Filipino client this year, and at the beginning of the year we were very, very worried not to get into film festivals. And I told trust. Let's go for these festivals. Not for he had sent a lot of submissions to a lot of festivals that were good but small festival. As I know, stay. Don't waste any more of your money and time. Like, let's wait. Let's send to these events, and we got into very big festivals.
Okay.
Actually, the film is going to show in Oldenburg in Germany. This month.
Okay, yeah. Oldenburg. Okay.
Yeah. It's called We Don't Dance for Nothing by Stefano Lai. Also closed the Malaya Film Festival. It was in Korea.
What is it about? Like, briefly,
it's about Filipina OFW working in Hong Kong. And how she discovered herself, and it has like a political background about the situation in Hong Kong. It has a lot of dance scenes, but it's a very art film. It's not. It's a little bit. It has still shots, which are like photos, of moments. So yeah, it's a very art film, and so that's why he was worried about not getting into these festivals at the beginning, but we got into very, very good festivals, and it's going to show at the Oldenburg Film Festival this month.
Okay, then thank you for the information, Sebastian. Of course, for the listeners and viewers, they have to witness it for themselves, look it up. Thank you for the advice that you gave us. Yeah, so for those who aspire to do what you do, what I heard out is to be cautious and patient. Yeah. So, Sebastian, before we end our talk, let me ask you a few fun questions. That's a bit besides what you do. They have nothing to do with your work or with your profession. For the first question, are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, if you were a flavor, what would it be and why?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Oh, okay.
Because chocolate, and because it's a flavor. I think it's a flavor that inspires a lot of things. It's very, very sexy flavor. I don't know. I think it's a very sexy flavor. So
yeah. Second question: if you have a superpower, what would it be?
What would it be? I think flying. I think that's like Superman. Yeah. So I can travel all over the world, going to different film festivals and not pay, the air ticket.
Yes. Why not? If you were given a chance to speak to anyone living or dead, who would it be?
Very interesting question. I think it has to be. I would love to talk to. I don't know why, but Serena Williams. I think it's a very good career, and I think it can be very interesting to talk to her.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Is the movie already out about her life? I saw there was this one. I don't want to say documentary, but there was like in the making.
Yeah, there was a documentary. I think it's already out. The documentary about Serena, but I think it was like it was about Serena or the both sisters. No, I think it was about both sisters.
Well, it depends. I don't know how many movies she has out, but one was with her father, who's being portrayed by Will Smith, and then the two sisters, how they came from Compton and then moved their way up into the ranks of one of the world's best tennis player. Yeah, very powerful women, and very proud of her. Last question. If you were to describe your life in a song right now, what song would it be? And you have to sing it.
No. If I have to sing it, I think that Facebook is going to close everything. I always joke like, if I went to the Philippines to do karaoke, I think that PMP is going to come to the place. No, my life as a song. Wow. I don't know why, but it's a Spanish, Latin American song. It's called Latin America by René Pérez. I think it's René Pérez or Calle 13.
It's Latina America.
Latin America.
Okay. Can you give us the tune and maybe one sentence?
Yes, by Calle 13. I will give you like the idea, the general idea, and I think that it talks about the situation in Latin America and how it's a very political song. It talks about how Latin America was used by the imperials and Spain, and how we are right now. But despite all, we stand on our feet. We are like keep fighting for ourselves. And it's a very like unite every Latino, especially every Latin American people. So it's a very easy, let's all join together. So yeah.
Okay, and can you give us a tune and maybe a sentence like?
I will give you very interesting kind of phrases that says that it's the main and the most important. I think that it says that you cannot buy the wind, you cannot buy the sun, you cannot buy the rain, you cannot buy the heat, you cannot buy the clouds, the colors, my joy, my pains. And I think that describes how especially third world countries are, like, these big companies or the big countries think that they can buy everything from the country, and it's not like that. This is our land. So it's a very good film. I'm sorry I don't sing it because I'm very.
No, it's okay. The words was suffice. So yes, thank you for that insight, Sebastian, and thank you, of course, for being with us on TalkAlley. This wraps up our session for today, and we wish you all the best in your endeavors and for the future.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, thank you for being with us and for your time that you had to wake up early. So please take the opportunity to greet your family and friends, and of course invite everyone to your show.
I will do it a little bit in Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo están?
Sure.
Espero que estén bien. Saludos a, creo que mi madre está viendo. I think my mother is watching, and a close friend. So, hola, ma. So yeah. But it's. I think my friends are asleep right now. They will actually watch the replay. So yeah.
Yes.
So, and hi to the Philippines. Mabuhay to them.
Mabuhay.
And salamat all for having me here.
Okay, thank you very much. So Sebastian, then our regards and wishes go to Argentina. Have a nice.
Here,
yes.
you have a tour guy.
Yes.
Show you.
Yes, I haven't been to America, the whole thing actually. If I go there, I'll just ping you.
Oh, sure,
yes?
Sure.
And we stay in touch, Sebastian. Then thank you very much for your time, and
thank you.
Bye.
Okay, take care.
Bye. So yes, for your listeners and viewers, this was Sebastian Dilo. It was a very interesting show about what someone can achieve when combining the information for people to for them to come to a common platform. This is very nice, and his inspiration is admiring. For those who want to listen or look up the informations or the platforms, you can find them in the comment section. For those, of course, who are going to view this later. For listeners and viewers, thank you for this episode. I send my regards to Maria, who is out there. Hopefully she's safe in her travels. We will tune in next Sunday. Have a nice rest Sunday and a good start into the next week. The school is going to start. Summer vacation is over, kids. So get cranking. So, and for you, this is Mike, and this is TalkAlley, and see you next week. Bye.